River City Products is proud of its breakthrough in the reduction of heavy vehicle driving fatigue. Howard Power Center Steering, with more than 10 years in development and millions of miles of in-service evaluation, has verified beyond question that improving heavy vehicle directional stability is the industry's most effective next step in the reduction in driving fatigue. This long overdue accomplishment is made possible by advancing the state-of-the-art in the method of achieving directional stability of the steered wheels. Power centering the steered wheels is destined to become the industry standard for achieving heavy vehicle stability and control. The name D. Howard is legendary in aviation for innovative engineering and development of quality products. He is a member of the Society of Automotive Engineers and the holder of numerous U.S. patents for both aircraft and automotive application.
In the world of heavy vehicle driving, when the subject of steering comes up, the conversation quickly turns to complaints about road wonder, crosswind steering, steering wheel pull, and rutted road surface. To keep a heavy vehicle rolling straight, the driver has to counteract all the undesirable steering inputs from the wind and the road. Think how nice it would be if your rig would roll perfectly straight without the constant steering wheel fight. That's what I thought about when I developed Power Center Steering. My goal was to prevent anything from steering the vehicle except the driver. I knew if the wheels would only roll straight, the driving would be great. It may surprise you to know that none of the components in your steering system are designed to prevent this backsteer from the wind and the road. As a development engineer, it's gratifying to hear drivers say good things about steering for a change, all because I got tired of the steering wheel fight and decided to do something about it. One of the real pleasures of engineering is to do something that is long overdue that really makes a difference.
When D. Howard installed a system on my motor coach, I knew he really had something. It's the first really good thing that's happened to heavy vehicle steering since I've been driving. I also have the system on my trucks that haul my race cars. It makes good sense to do what I can to make driving more enjoyable and less fatiguing for my drivers. If you have an interest in how to improve heavy vehicle driving, the following should be a real eye-opener. It's new, it's different, and it works. Power centering is the way to go.
We are now driving with the power centering system turned off. The constant steering input from the driver is to counteract backsteer. Even though the backsteer is not heavy, it is constant and keeps the driver busy. Now, with a flip of a switch, power center steering goes to work, preventing backsteer from even getting started. With the backsteer under control, notice how relaxed and inactive the steering becomes and how straight we're going. By this demonstration, we have established two important facts. One, that conventional industry standard steering geometry does not prevent backsteer. And two, that power center steering does prevent backsteer, resulting in an all-new level of directional stability. Let's see how the system handles slanted road steering wheel pull. Notice with the system turned off how much the steering wheel is displaced to hold against the steering wheel pull. When the test driver releases the steering wheel, the vehicle heads for the side of the road. We've returned to this same stretch of slanted road with the system on and the steering wheel pull trimmed out. Notice the driver can release the steering wheel to demonstrate that the steering wheel pull is completely gone. The vehicle no longer has a compelling desire to leave the road. Slanted road steering wheel pull is something you will never have to endure again with power center steering. Not everyone knows that crosswinds actually produce downwind steering in the same manner as the slanted road steering wheel pull. Wind gusts create backsteer. The driver is not able to keep the steered wheels going perfectly straight. Crosswind driving is universally dreaded. Power centering holds the steered wheels against all but the most vicious crosswind. Power centering is by far the most dramatic improvement in crosswind driving. Here are some easy evaluations you can make on your own truck. Notice when turning a corner, the geometric centering force becomes ineffective as the steering approaches the on-center straight-ahead position. In the straight-ahead position, the steering geometry passes the responsibility for going straight back to the vehicle driver. Now, with power center steering turned on, the steered wheels are powered all the way to the straight-ahead position, with enough on-center holding force to keep the steered wheels going straight. Rich Atwell grew up in the trucking business. He has served as chairman of the Texas Motor Transportation Association and president of the Texas Bulk Carriers Association. He has also served as a director of the Texas Research League and director of the Texas Safety Association. Coastal is proud of its annual 20 million mile safety records.
At Coastal Transport, providing on-time delivery of petroleum products is our primary business. Our policy of providing the best in equipment helps our drivers maintain their enviable safety record. We've recently equipped 10 of our new Volvo VNLs and 5 Century Class Freightliners with Howard Power Center steering. We evaluated the Howard system for millions of in-service miles before making the decision to install it on all of our new long-haul trucks. Our drivers found that power centering the steer wheels made a major improvement in directional stability with a surprising reduction in driving fatigue. I highly recommend that the heavy-duty truck industry focus more on solving their directional stability problems as the next worthwhile step in reducing driver fatigue. The Howard Power Center steering system does just that. It is available to anyone that wants to evaluate it.
Here's what America's professional drivers are saying about Howard Power Center steering.
Last year, I took delivery on a new truck. The Howard Power Center steering system had been installed on it for test and evaluation. Mr. Howard's concept of controlling the point of origin for adverse movement on large vehicles was right on target. Power centering reduces backsteer by about 90%. I also found 50% more control on wet and rutted pavement. By eliminating over 50% of these steering corrections, I'm less tired at the end of a shift. That also indicates increased responsiveness during the shift, supporting another significant safety factor, the reduction of driving fatigue. After using this Power Center steering system for over 110,000 miles, I don't ever want to drive a high-profile vehicle, truck or RV, without it.
I've been driving with the Power Center over 700,000 miles across the United States. I just can't imagine driving a truck without it. I would recommend the Power Center to other drivers who drive across the country to drive at their destination safely and less fatigue at the end of the day.
On a recent trip from Albuquerque to Las Cruces, I was driving down Interstate 25. Anyone that's ever driven this highway knows the wind conditions and the road conditions are real bad. And I had the Power Center steering on, and George and his producer were in the coach, and George was mentioning something about me having it on the coach, and so I told him, I said, I have it on now, and I took my hands off the wheel, and the bus tracked true right down the highway, and so I said, well, let me show you what happens whenever I turn it off. So I turned it off, and the bus started heading for the ditch. So it's really made my job real easy.
Let's travel to North Carolina, home of champion race driver Richard Petty.
One of my duties at Petty Enterprises is to drive our 45-foot MCI coach. We were surprised and pleased to find out that the driving and passenger comfort could be so much improved. My biggest surprise was on August 2nd on my way to Indy. I had a right front tire to violently blow out. The steering system held the coach perfectly without any wheel pull. At Petty Enterprises, driving safely is our business, and Howard Active Steering System helps me do just that.
Howard Power Center Steering, the world's most advanced system for reducing heavy vehicle driving fatigue.
Hi, I'm Hoyt Starr, and I own and operate the Delvac Performance Vehicle for Mobil Oil. Over a period of years, I've driven over 1 million miles and found that we really need some type of steering system that adds to our stability, lack of fatigue, causing us to be able to cover more miles safely without being exhausted. And that's what I have found the power centering system to do. Driver fatigue is something we're all familiar with, and we hear about it every day. This system helps eliminate driver fatigue, making it much safer for everyone.
Power centering is the way to go.
For more information on Howard Power Center Steering, contact River City Products Incorporated, 1-800-879-4277.